Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Realms of Awakened Essence RPG, Season 7, Episode 2, Frostbite. I am your host, P.A. Kenny USA, aka Patrick Kenny, and joining us today on our adventures are our lovely cast. Let's bring them in.
Ooh. My turn, I guess.
It's always your turn when we start, so go ahead.
I know, it's like tradition.
Oh, no, but that's not always fair.
But okay. I play as Oldwin, the Bard Dragonborn, with his trusty hand friend, Mage Hand, kind of stressed out right now. Well, Mage Hand is. And then also play as our werewolf friend, Alex. He's kind of having some problems. Fine. Also, Crystal's here, but we ignore that.
Question: Would you say Alex is hangry right now?
Yes, angry. He hasn't ate anything in like a good while. So yeah. Who's next?
I can go next. Hi, I am uh Trisha. I played the Dragonborn sorcerer named Aya. I play a couple of other ones too, but not in this particular section of this game. So you won't have the pleasure of meeting them.
And we do not have a Dr. Vest today, so we will not be having our kobold healer, but that's okay. We can somehow manage to survive without our healer. Hopefully.
There's many things.
Well, yes, there's mage hands and stuff like that, but we also have my character, which I'm playing, which is Gifley Moran, also supported by our lovely friend Mag here. And I am playing, I already did my, sorry. I'm also your GM, and, who do we have that's bouncing up and down in the corner with their friend standing behind them, trying to hoist them up to show them?
Hello, everybody. I am Matt. I play the role of Leilana Blackmarsh and Moogie, who is currently in his demon form.
Yes, I remember what happened last time now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright. And remember, folks, if you want to support our show, in any way possible, you can join our Discord. Link in our lovely chat. And, yeah, Evil, D&D Beyond is always, at least to my knowledge, always had the D&D extension feature, so I don't have it, I think, enabled, but it's there. And then, if you want to support us financially, if I can spell that right, you can join our Patreon. For as low as $3, you can get cool, exclusive, Patreon-only perks, and if you donate $10, you can get access to our Discord and get exclusive VIP or other features. Every bit helps. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything our cast would like to say or announcements they'd like to make before we begin. That's kind of odd. I don't hear any announcements coming from anyone, but okay.
I do have an announcement for
Go ahead.
those who are interested. This Monday, we're going to be having a restart game session for Glory of the Pearl for those who weren't able to be here last time due to a severe conflict of interest that transpired that was unforeseen. we will be having a refresher this Monday. So if you want to come back this Monday to see the refresher game for Glory of the Pearl, feel free to pop in and have a look at what's going on. Other than that, we're free to get started.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get nice and cold and cozy in your blankets and all that. While our heroes are not so lucky because they don't have blankets. Let's get some Frostbite on the show. We'll be right back after the opening intro. Stay tuned. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our lovely party. Last time we left off, our party was asleep in the caverns near the mining rig of our lovely friend Gifley, and our chrysalis friend who, does anyone remember the name of the chrysalis woman who we had? I think her name was Donna. Or Daria.
It might have been that. Yeah.
Daria.
There's Daria.
Daria, alright, so,
Daria? Okay.
yeah. So Daria is our, hold on, I'm just checking something. Daria is, the first to wake up, and, she's kind of cooking the morning meal, and she's being very quiet and stuff like that, as the little child is sleeping in, was it Leilana's arms, or... No,
Yeah,
Moogie's arms. Moogie's arms.
Yeah. Well, he's sleeping on Moogie's back.
Yeah.
While Moogie's like laying on my character. Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that.
So, who wants to wake up first, or what's happening?
Leilana's gonna wake up.
Alright. So, go ahead.
Good morning, Daria.
Morning. What would you like? I don't have very much rations left. We may have to go out scouting for food.
Nothing for me. I don't eat when I wake up.
Alright. More for everyone else. And she's
I'm pretty
like
sure
flicks
the
an
little
egg.
one's going to be hungry when he wakes up.
He stretches, yawns, and says, Mommy? Mommy? And he's looking around all scared.
It's okay, little one. It's okay. We're still here.
Where's my mommy?
She's probably back at the village. We're going to be taking you home soon.
I want my mommy. He starts crying. Softly.
Okay. What? Who's crying?
And, Dari, says, apparently the child has been separated from her mother for too long, or their father, I don't know which, but we need to get them back to the settlement, located about 3 miles out from here. I haven't been outside yet, so I don't know if there's a storm brewing, but we need to get there quickly, because we're running low on rations. We need to restock.
At this point, Aya will start to wake up. Oh, God, I have never been so cold in all my life.
As you're stretching, you hear popping in your back.
Oh, God. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Okay. I'm fine now.
Eventually, old one eventually Mage Hand just wakes up and says, "Ah, oh, okay, so it wasn't a nightmare."
No,
Old
it
one.
wasn't a nightmare, Mage Hand.
Mage Hand just turns to old one. Old one, come on, you gotta wake up, please. What's happening? I was about to slap you again. Please don't. Don't worry, I'm out of the slapping mood right now. I think I somehow hurt myself slapping you so much. Thank God.
You just see like a red mark on Mage Hand
Yeah.
from the last time he got smacked.
You know, Mage Hand, you keep slapping people. People are going to slap back.
Yes, I know, and I'm probably gonna stop slapping.
That's
Eventually.
Let's hope you do, because the moment you slap me, I'm gonna strangle you.
Moogie.
If you strangle me, you're gonna hurt him. Yeah, please don't do that.
Either way, you slap people too much. You slap him too much. It's ridiculous and childish.
That's fine. He can take the punishment.
Hey, now, okay. Let's. We do have
Well,
a child.
breakfast is served. If anyone is interested in some eggs sunny side up, and I will warn you, these are not your usual eggs, as they kind of look very alien. They're kind of like green. The green the green yolks, and they're like bubbly.
I will not eat them, Sam. I am.
Oh, not. Salmon out, please. I beg you. But just like
I think I'll try one.
Manhattan goes, ooh, luckily I don't have a mouth to eat. You try this, buddy.
You better convince him to eat them, because if he loses his strength, you lose your strength.
I know. And luckily I'm not the one
Well, then start convincing him.
Open goes, you better do it.
Do a sexy dance if you have to, Mage Hand.
I can't dance. The best I can do is this.
Dress the dragon, that's the hula.
Oh no, Cloudbox is coming back. Oh god.
Daria kind of chuckles and says, "Clown dance? I've never heard of that one." And she says, "Go ahead."
Eventually, Alex does wake up. He slowly rises up, like, oh god, my neck. Ugh. Moogie, I think you were like leaning on my head. Ah. He says, little loud pops coming from his neck. Ooh.
Well, if you hadn't have gone feral last night, I wouldn't have had to knock you for a loop.
I don't know what happened. I haven't.
You turned into a bloody werewolf trying to eat a child. That's what happened.
I'm constantly a werewolf.
No. You went full-on monster-style werewolf last night. All because of this child and tried to eat him.
Oh yeah.
The child kind of like closes in closer to like backs up away from Alex as like Alex goes to like look at the food on the fire, and the kid's sitting there like on a stump, and he just like kind of like gets up off the stump and walks over to a nearby log and sits the farthest away possible.
Alex, look at
there, little one. It's okay. He's not going to hurt you. If he tries, I'll bonk him on the head.
As Alex looks at everyone is still is still slightly red, but the kid's very red. And he looks at the food, it's not red at all. He's like, huh. Still having trouble understanding what's happening, he says while rubbing his eyes.
I think it was that stuff that you took back when we were on Avernus.
You mean the werewolf blood?
Yes, the werewolf blood.
Well, it's the reason I'm this now, he says. He waves his arms a little bit. Kind of funny looking, this big, hulking werewolf thing shaking, flailing its arms a little bit.
A plate's presented in front of you. "Are you going to have something or not?" says Darby, kind of smiling, cocked-eyed.
Alex looks and just goes, ugh. It's like it's not even a little red. There's no like.
Just eat it. Look, I'm scarfing them down. You can too. Don't be picky.
I'm not sure if I can be picky. He tries to he tries to eat it, but as he does, he like kind of cringes a bit and just goes, "Well, that didn't feel like it did anything."
Do I have to make you eat the eggs?
Now he does eat it. He does eat the whole thing. He just doesn't. He just says, "I don't feel satisfied."
So
Dar-
what, do we have to get you like raw meat to satisfy you?
I don't think. I don't.
Unfortunately, I don't have any more meat in the digger, but I do know that there might be a little bit left at the village. I've kind of scouted it out once or twice, and I usually hide a couple stashes so that the chrysalis guards don't find anything. But it's could be there, it could not.
Okay, the other reason why we're going to, other than we're delivering this child back to parent,
That is true. Yes, that is also our other objective.
our first objective is to fix the ship, right?
Oh yeah,
Of course.
I almost forgot about that. And she gets up and goes over to like her sack and pulls out a couple tools. She says, "I managed to find these in my various belongings, but I'm missing a couple things. Maybe you might have some on your ship, or what's left of it.
Right. Because
By the way, we need
Tra-
to." I was just
Yeah.
about to say.
our wonderful, wonderful captain is on life support, and life support says it lasts for another 2 days.
She kind of counts her fingers and she says, "That seems about right."
So we may need to hurry.
I agree. After everyone's eaten, we head out. Pack your things. We're going for an adventure.
Well, that's happening. Is there any reflective crystals or anything?
There's a lot of like ice crystals around, but they're small, like smaller, a lot smaller. They're not like the full sheet of ice that you see, kind of like blocking the path of that entrance deeper into the
Are
chasms.
they large enough to give a reflection?
Roll me a perception check.
Yes, for a really small thing, must roll perception. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Well, we haven't rolled yet, so I'm thinking, it's appropriate to kind of find something.
We gotta kick off a roll, man. If we don't roll, there's no content.
What's D&D without dice?
What's D&D without dice? Oh yes, yeah, that's not the worst. Oh, I know. I have to re-level Old One again. I'm very sad about this fact. Why do I do this to myself? Hey, that's one number off. Okay, roll 27. I rolled the funny 27.
27? Okay. You manage to go up to a crystal, kind of like stalactite, stalagmite. I don't know which one hangs, the one that's sticking up out of the ground.
Stalactites are on the ceiling, stalagmites are on the floor.
Okay, thank you. So you go up to the stalagmite and you kind of stare at it, and you see your reflection. It's a little blurry because of the way the stalagmite is kind of grown, but you kind of managed to make out a disjointed image of yourself.
As Alex stares at it, he sees, because it's kind of foggy and weird, he can barely see, but he sees something behind him. It seems almost like a form, like putting its hand onto his shoulder, kind of above him a little bit. But when he looks behind him, there's nothing there.
Would anyone like to roll perception to see this, or...
Yes.
Alright. Keep in mind you can't see what he's looking at, but you can see this action.
You can see him give a really weird look.
13.
13? You see him turn around and kind of look over his shoulder like he saw something, but you don't see anything there.
Very weird.
This is Alex, right?
Yes, the werewolf.
Alex? Are you alright?
I'm fine. That's, I thought I'd seen something, but it's fine. He says we're looking back at his reflection.
It's still there, looking at you.
It eventually, like, he can't really see its face. It's just kind of hiding behind his head, probably.
Yeah.
But you can see a bit of its arm and its hand on the shoulder. It's fine. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Um,
I'm worried about you, Alex.
I know.
Alex,
I know.
would you like to roll a Constitution saving throw?
Who, him or me?
Alex, because he's having the shakes right now. You can't see them, but like he is a little bit shaken.
Yep.
He rolled a 6 to resist any amount of fear.
Okay, well, you don't show it, but your body is obviously still a little bit shaky. With that number, I'll give you that. And
Yeah, I'm fine. He says while turning away.
Daria says, "It is cold in here. I might as well." She goes and checks one of the heaters in the open cavern and says, "Oh no, 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 no."
What
That-
is it?
One of the heaters goes out and the lights go.
Well,
You're now in
crap.
pitch black.
Oh no.
We just ran out of fuel as her voice echoes through the cavern.
Oh, that's just wonderful.
Well, at least we got sleep.
Oh God. Okay. Do you know? Do you have a way of getting more fuel, Daria?
At the village, but
We have to walk to the village.
yes, we do. It's about 3 miles.
Is that above ground or below?
She points to the only exit in the cavern. She says, "Obviously, it's above ground." You can't see anything, even though she's pointing in the darkness.
Okay.
It's that kind of pitch black. Like you.
Oh.
Oh my. Why don't I fix this for a moment then, shall I?
Oh yeah, by the way, did I have a long rest? Because I can heal up.
Yes, you did. Everyone had a long
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah, heals.
Yep.
Oops.
Shall I brighten things up in here for a moment so we all can see?
You just hear the echoed voice of Daria, and she says, "That would be a good idea." While you hear her rummaging around, like tripping over things and kicking things. Where is that lighter thingy? Whatever that was. She's looking for like something to like turn on the light while she's trying to help.
Even while it's pure
Well-
black, even while it's pure black, you can still see the red figures of everyone. But what is it?
Yep.
Alana is going to throw her hand straight up. She's going to cast Sunbeam on the ceiling.
Oh damn.
A bright flash of light shoots up, and you have to roll for that ability. I'm correct, right? Or is it just instantaneous?
It's an instantaneous. No, it's concentration, so I have to roll.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a constitution, a concentration, or was
It's
Try-
Constitution of 17.
okay. You got a
Let's hope-
17. Oh,
no,
you
I
haven't
have
rolled.
to roll for it.
Got it. Right.
I'll get the motherfucker. Okay,
Now,
hold on. Hold on.
Tell me how you really feel.
Okay, that's a 13 plus my 7. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Nice.
Ooh, dirty 20.
So this light illuminates the top of the cavern and kind of just lingers there for a little bit, shining down on you like the morning day. And the room is re-illuminated once again. Everyone can see everything. And the child is nowhere to be found.
What?
What? Where did the child go? Where did
Oh, the mage hand goes, whoa, whoa,
He was
whoa!
right here next to me. What the hell?
The mage hand goes, whoa, okay, who's the kidnapper? I didn't do it. He didn't do it. Okay,
Hold
mage.
on. Everyone stop moving. Look at the ground for tracks.
Okay.
Everyone roll perception.
perception?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, Alex can roll perception. He's got a good enough for the job. Perception.
Okay, that is 14, 15, 16, 17.
I rolled a straight 20 for
Oh.
Alex.
Yep. Oh, and
That's
Gifley has to
15.
roll. Gifley has to
Yeah.
roll too.
Yeah, that's a 15 on perception.
Alright, hold on, let me rolling for Gifley. Gifley got a 16, so yeah.
Okay.
Mo-
Alex got a 20. Oldwin got
Oh, and
a
I got an 18 total.
Alright, anyone who got a 17 or higher, obviously sees the tracks of this tiny little creature leading off to the exit up in the part of the cave leading to the only exit.
He left without us.
Oh my god, maybe he's terrified of Alex.
Alex is like, well, he went this way, obviously, and Oldwin's like, where? Because he rolled 13. Oh, I see. Like, Alex is like pointing, just like, look!
Alright, everyone gear up.
I don't need very much gear.
Alright.
All my gear was torn off.
Alright.
All right, well, come on.
You just
Like-
see the,
Alex
Yeah.
just grabbed his belt and put with his mask around it, and that's it.
alright. And Daria puts on her, like, hiking backpack that's kind of worn and tattered, made out of leather, and stuck that various pelts, and she says, I'm ready.
All right.
Well, Oldwin's like, okay, got my loot. Well, got my thunder loot. Little sparks come off of it. Got my hand friend. Hello. Why did you point me out? Everyone can know I'm here. I don't know. Just trying to be cool. Got my bag. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Alright.
Let's go.
And she hands you a couple various blunt like pitchforks or like spears, and she says you may need these in case we encounter any of those chrysalis beings. They're not much, but they'll do.
Alex just straps it to like his back / like belt thing. Like he's like, okay, I'll just
And
don't want
you
to get in the way.
you head out.
Off we go.
Alright. So meanwhile, on the ship, we're gonna do a cut or a fade over. The Freddy bot is currently attending to Track's wounds, and Track, although he was unconscious, he stirs, coming slightly into consciousness, and he says, "Where am I?" "Oh, hello." Freddy bot flies over. "You were knocked out, Captain." "My head feels like I was hit with by whatever a targ is." "Yes, the ship took a massive fall and is heavily damaged." "Where is the rest of my crew?" "They are out scouting for you. He tries to get up, and Freddy just pushes him down. He's gonna have to roll a strength check.
He has to roll at disadvantage because he's weak.
Yes, I know.
Is the character that we met in the first episode still here?
You mean Gifley?
Yes.
Yes, he's with the team. Alright, so Drac rolled a 5, so he just flops back down onto the gurney and basically says, "My back, ouch. You have gone through a lot of pain. It is advised you do not move." And Trax says, you can say that again." And Freddy says, looks over at the monitor, and you just hear deep, deep, deep. And Drax says, "What is that?" His eyes are really blurry as he's starting to lose consciousness again. "That is your current life vitals." And he passes out again. We cut back.
Poor Drac.
He's just been put through the damn ringer in this adventure.
Through the ringer, through the cheese grater, through the washing machine.
At least Alex.
He's taken more damage than any of us, and he's not even the main character right now.
Yeah.
That is true.
He's actually going to be rolling something. And I need
At
to...
least Alex.
I mean,
Blood.
he's not been in combat. He's always been sort of a side character for most of this. So, for him to be put through this much damage, and him a side character, I feel bad for him.
Alright, guys, I'll
Unfortunate.
I'll say this much. He just rolled his first death saving throw and failed it.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Shite.
ooh, that's not good.
No, that's not good. We need to save this happy butt.
Yes.
Save him! Save him!
I don't
So
know how
as
well
you
you can save a dwarf butt.
as you guys are trudging through the snow up to remember you guys are in that ravine. You see your ship just dangling, parts of it still dangling from the snow, covered in a fresh coat of new morning snow. It's sunny. There's no sight of anything out, at least chrysalis or otherwise. And your ship's there, dangling, parts of it still separated. As you exit the cave,
We'll be back, Brad. Let's go find this child, because if we don't, I'm gonna feel really, really.
Daria points to a set of tracks leading towards the opposite direction of the ship, and she says, "Up there." And she points. I'm not gonna be rolling a perception check for her because she already spotted it. But you see a child climbing the cliff face, pretty expertly.
Guys, I think we found him.
What?
Oh,
my
that
God.
explains that.
Mage Hand goes, get down from there! You are probably not
Hush.
able to do that.
Hush, hush, hush.
And you just hear off in the the windswept, like the wind's howling, and you just hear, "Mommy."
Mommy.
Oh God.
I'll go get him.
Be gentle with him.
Of course I'll be gentle with him.
Now keep
I'm
in mind,
white skin, just like him.
keep in mind, Moogie, that this cliff is about 60 feet tall, and you're in your demon form, so that's, correct me if I'm wrong, how tall is that? Like maybe 10 feet?
He's like 8 feet tall in his demon form.
Yeah, and this kid's about halfway up the cliff already. He's moving fast.
Yeah, but Moogie's got claws. He
True.
can dig into the ice and climb.
So does the kid. Remember, the kid is a frostwalker. Or whatever this other species that we came up with was called. I forget what it was called.
Frostwalkers.
Thank you. Yep. Alright, so
Alright. He is going to roll a strength to power climb.
And he can
Alright.
have it. Actually,
Oh.
I think it would be athletics. I'd take that too. Cause
If you're saying athletics, then I'd have to re-roll.
well, I'll take either or, but what did you roll first?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay, so you start climbing, and the snow is very soft and brittle, and it just caves away at your hands, and you fall on your back as you make probably like 6 feet up as you fall.
An athletics roll, right?
Yep.
yes.
Old one's gonna try and take a spin.
Go ahead.
Well, that's the thing. See, I rolled, and then he said an athletics, so that's why I'm saying,
Well-
should I re-roll?
You can.
Since I already
Here's what
rolled-
I'll let you do. On your next attempt, I'll let you roll your athletics or your strength as your choice, but I'll be
Alright.
subtracting 2 points because of the attempted retry.
I will manifest my dragon wings,
Good idea.
Alright. I'm going
and
to.
I am going to. Well, now here's the thing. According to this,
Yep.
I have a flying speed equal to my current walking speed, which is 20 feet.
Okay.
I rolled a
So
21.
she's going to be flying up very slowly.
Yeah.
I rolled
So
a 21. Climb to the kid. Sorry.
21.
Yeah. 20.
Okay, so as you spread your wings and are about to take flight, your werewolf friend, is it Alex or is it
No, no,
Aldwin?
no.
Aldwin.
This is Aldwin. Alex has a 12.
Aldwin-
Aldwin has a 14.
Okay, Aldwin just starts scaling the cliff face expertly, like this is a jungle gym for him, and it's already pretty much halfway up next to the kid, but you're out of reach because of the approach you took to climb. The kid's about like maybe 12 feet away from you, and he just looks over and says, "You're not my mommy," and he climbs higher.
Look, come on, kid. It's not. Come on. We will take you to your. Come on. The principal's just like climbing up, and Mage Hand goes, "Oh, come on! I don't want this to be a rescue mission!" Mage Hand gets out, clenching its fist.
Hey, you're
So-
pretty much like just below them, floating.
Okay, so, yeah. Do we know what the kid's name is?
Nope.
You guys haven't asked.
Yeah, that's true, we haven't. My character goes, child, 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 child.
He turns, stops climbing, and says, "Mommy," and then shakes his head and and continues climbing. He's almost at the top now.
Well, I'm floating. I am still.
Yeah,
Now,
you're
remember,
floating still. Yep.
Remember, we do have a member of our team who, while he's not a Frostwalker, he's similar to the Frostwalkers.
Yes.
So don't forget about him.
Yeah, Gifley says. Gifley kind of just leaps at the cliff face and starts climbing up, and he says, "I'll take care of this." As he's going to roll a athletics check.
Oh, I think I like him.
20. He is going
Wow.
to 27 actually.
Damn.
So he just passes you guys as he's climbing up the hill, and he just snatches the kid off the cliff face while tucking him under his arm and says, "You'll be fine." And he just climbs up. As his hand reaches the top of the cliff and he peels over, you just hear freeze.
What the? Oh no. This is about to get annoying.
As you see 3 heavily armored Chrysalis scouts pointing some kind of energy weapon at you over the ledge.
Oh,
Okay.
you just,
What do you guys do?
Alex.
I don't like this situation.
Oh,
Okay. So what happened?
There's
Alright.
3 scouts. 3 Chrysalis scouts are on top of the cabin.
Cliff edge,
Yeah,
pointing down
they're
at
aiming-
weapons.
yeah, they're aiming weapons at us.
Are they specifically aiming weapons at the child too?
They're aiming weapons at everyone.
How
They're
many
kinda-
scouts are there? It's 3, right?
There's only 3 and there's a lot of you, so they're kind of like deciding which one to fire at first.
damn.
I'm going to now, I do not have intimidate, so I'm not doing that.
Moogie does.
Oh no.
No, she has persuasion.
Wait.
She's going to try to persuade this particular group to not fire on us.
I do have a slight idea what's gonna happen. It's important for whatever plot line I have.
Okay,
Can I roll persuasion?
go ahead. Let's see if you beat what you need to do.
I had a 19.
Okay, what do you say?
Please, good sirs, don't shoot us. We're just passing through. We're trying to get this child back to his family. His family.
They look at each other and they're like, one of them shrugs and says, "You will come with us.
No, we're going to the village.
We are headed to the village. You will come with us."
Guys.
Well, Leilana is going to.
But here's the thing they do. They go. You hear the sound, the unmistakable sound of as they
Okay,
holster
well,
their
they dropped
weapon.
it, yeah, that's what she was afraid of.
Leilana is going to go. Because
No. What are you gonna do?
she's going to intimidate the hell out of these 3.
No, I think I've already convinced them to turn off their weapons.
Yeah, but there's a chance of betrayal, and Leilana knows this. She doesn't want to take any chances of betrayal.
Okay.
It's not as bad as what I'm about to do, so if it works.
Oh, beautiful, merciful dice gods, I love you.
Have you been praying to Taliesin?
Maybe. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Alright, so what are you doing?
You will be our guardians to the village. And the moment we arrive at the village, you will turn tail and run. If you betray us, I'll kill you all.
You see,
Without hesitation.
you see one of them was about to reach for their sidearm, and their hand goes slack. And they're just standing there, and they look at the other ones like, Commander, do what he says.
Do what she says.
She says yes. Or they say do what it says, because they don't know if it's a he or a she. They've never seen your kind of species before.
Aya turns around and looks at Leilana. You know, one of these times, that's going to backfire on you.
And I'll be prepared for it.
Yeah, okay. You've got some protection. Thank you.
Gifley is now up on top of the ledge, holding the child, and the guards are kind of like just standing there at attention, and they say, We'll wait for the rest of your team to come up here before we start our journey to the village.
Of course, Oldwin and Alex get their way up.
I peek over the side. Well, come on.
Alright, Moogie's gonna start climbing.
Keep in mind, Aya is still floating with her wings out.
Yeah, you can see like floating above them now because you've crossed the path of the ledge, so you're floating above them like here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
At this point, she has no reason to put her feet down.
True.
So it's like,
yeah.
No, I'm good.
And Moogie is climbing. Moogie, can you roll a athletics check for me?
Yes, I can. 1 second. I'm checking something for.
Okay.
Where's that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Moogie is going to actually have to roll a strength check because Leilana is going to be sitting on his shoulder while he climbs.
Okay.
What?
What?
Well, she doesn't have a way to get up there.
I mean, she can climb on her own if she wanted to, but, it's player's preference.
Or I could have her do something fantastic and walk up the wall ice.
That is up to you, my dear. It's
I know. Okay, so Moogie is going to roll an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Moogie, you got this. Wow, really?
What did he roll?
A 13.
You start climbing up. You climb up the wall, but like parts of the ice as you're digging your claws and kind of like fall away, and you have to find a new handhold or a foothold as you're climbing up. So you're taking a little bit of time, but you're getting up.
Wow.
This ice is messed up.
kind of wish you still had wings, huh?
Oh, I have them, but I think I'm too heavy to use them now.
Oldwin just scurrying his way up like a little spider.
As he just passes the both, he passes Moogie and just kind of goes, meh.
Show off.
And then there's Alex using his big wolf claws to plunge it into the ice. You know, having big claws actually helps. Oh, I haven't used my arms this much in my life.
Alright.
Wait a minute, I just remembered something.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't Leilana have wings too? Because of her white form?
Yes, she does.
I'm a dum-dum. I forgot about that.
Are you dumb gum or dumb blind?
Alright. So, you guys all manage to get up to the top of the cliff or float up to the top of the cliff, however you get up there. And the three guards are standing there and they say, "You will follow us 3 miles this way." And they start trudging forward.
Very well, lead on.
Mage Hand's like, why you will? It sounds so threatening. Shush, Mage Hand. Well, I'm not being aggressive this time. I'm just pointing out the obvious.
You will not speak unless spoken to. As one of the
Need I
guards
remind you of what I just said?
The
The other
mage
one,
hand.
the commander or the chrysalis creature that looks a little bit bigger just looks at the smaller creature and says, "You will listen, young one."
They're sounding like robots. Mage hand just whispers into everyone's
Now,
ear.
let us carry on.
And you trudge forward, and it's about a good solid maybe like 30 minutes in as you're trudging through this packed ice and snow. Like it's up to your hips. You're having to like through the
Well,
snow.
not all of us are trudging through this stuff. So
Yeah, Lana is currently flapping over the snow.
Yeah, and it's
and Aya are just kind of
yeah,
the easiest thing we've ever done.
it's sunny,
Yeah.
but as you're making about like 45 minutes into your journey, the sun starts to get cloudier.
Is it snowing? Question mark.
And you just you're
Okay, it is snowing now. If it wasn't before.
and it starts to snow very lightly, but then
To
it
my
starts to
plans.
then it starts to pick up in intensity. Almost out of nowhere, it's now hailing.
Damn. As it's snowing, so
that's definitely not good.
as
And
this is. Yeah.
I
What is it?
I need those who are flying to roll acrobatics checks.
Oh,
Is it because hail's raining?
Hail's raining, and it will hurt you if you're not careful.
acrobatics. Wait, that's athletics, right?
No, acrobatics.
Okay, there it is. That's a dex roll.
Yep.
That is an 11 for me.
All right. One of your wings does get clipped, and it's not bad, but like you do feel a little bit of pain. I'm gonna roll a d4. Where are you? There you are. And this is non-lethal, so you take
It's not gonna kill you.
you take 4 points of puncturing damage, but like non-lethal.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Ah. Oh yeah, it's. I assume it's really snowing really hard, right?
Yes, it's like blizzard almost at this point.
Alex turns and he sees it again. A figure. This time full body though. It's walking right in front of him. Well, to his side.
Yep.
I actually have an image of him. Wish I post it.
OOC or character submissions.
Gotta go to character submissions. Why do I sing?
In character chat will work too, because that is an in character thing. So if you
Actually,
want,
okay, let me go find this image. I drew it by my own hands, but doesn't matter. Where is the man?
all right.
This is
So
terrible.
while he's looking for that, what is everyone else doing?
Found him.
It's snowing.
Yes, it's. I will say the temperature has dropped considerably. Like, if you had a thermometer, it'd probably be like -10 at this point.
Let's see here.
Okay, I did it. There he is.
Let me take a look. Character submissions. Hold on.
Isn't he
Oh.
fun looking?
He's nice.
I love this character's design. I got lazy and I didn't want to make another arm, so I just made it look like he was evaporating.
Cool. All right.
But he
So
puts your arm. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
see, I have prestidigitation, but it doesn't. I can chill, warm up, or flavor up up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for an hour, but that's not going to warm me up because I'm living.
Exactly.
That sucks, but
Yeah.
You can keep the snow and stuff from hitting you.
Yeah.
you know what? I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to
Okay.
Well, it's 1 cubic, so like you could cover up to I think a couple people in the party if you're moving close together.
well, right now we're not.
Okay. Because you are
Alright,
moving
so
in a
what-
line. Yeah, that's true.
Alright, so what's going on?
If you're looking character, yeah.
I am casting prestidigitation so that the snow that's currently falling on Aya is not going to,
Hurt
she's
her.
not going to get wet. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's what she's doing.
You're pretty much melting it in midair.
Yeah.
So you do not have to roll for the acrobatics thing.
Now that's what I would call
Acrobatics?
a big brains.
Well, because you were flying, right? Aya was flying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to roll because you're... I'm gonna count that as deflecting of the storm.
You're probably getting wet though because you're melting it. And
Yeah, it's just raining on you right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
better than snow.
Yeah.
Probably
Alright.
warm water. Though.
Kinda. Alright,
Back to
so...
my-
Go ahead.
But yeah, if Mag, you look at the character's mission, you can see what my character's seeing right now. But yeah, yeah, he just sees this fellow just following him, completely ignoring the hail and the snow, just kind of staring at him with this.
Do you stop and ask it a question, or do you keep trudging on?
Well, that's good.
Nice.
Wow. That's good. Okay.
He just kind of lets out a slight, who are you? He says while looking through. Like he's on like the side of everyone else, so
You guys are in a line right now, like a prison line, kind of, but you're not chained. Just trudging
So-
forward.
So wait, this creature what?
Alex right now is seeing this creature follow him through the snow.
Oh, the creature that was in the reflection.
Yeah, the same character.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, my character just mutters out, "Who are you?" And the thing looks at him a little more. Well, to that wait, I need to think of a good voice for him. You know what? I'm gonna do his menacing voice because he has two voices. Um. Oh, people call me by many names. Okay, I didn't expect that voice coming from you. Well, I have another voice, but we don't talk about that, do we? Oh, I'm assuming you are curious of who I am.
Uh,
Yeah.
Do we all hear this conversation?
You can hear Alex's side. You can
Oh.
hear him responding.
Wow.
What?
The wind is howling a lot, so it's very hard to hear what he's saying. But like those who are like next to him or in front of him
Okay.
can hear the conversation.
Well, A is nowhere near. That was the reason why I was asking.
Yeah.
Can we actually hear this conversation?
So, quick question.
Go ahead.
Is Alex Elsa right now?
Hmm?
It's Alex Elsa. No.
Yes.
Let it go.
We're in the snow. It's snowing. He's having a self monologue.
You know, I don't remember that scene. I don't remember the scene where.
Let it go.
Play,
Don't feel. Don't let them know.
Anyways, no.
yeah. Let's not get a copyright strike. Thank you.
Let him
It is
know.
storm inside.
Oh, you can't get a copyright if you sing it bad. Anyways,
If you're the one singing.
True.
but anyways, is you know, enough of the just tell me your name instead of being so mysterious. Oh, cutting to the chase, I see. My name is, well, you may have heard of me, Dark Matter. Nope, I've not heard of you. Oh. Well then.
One of the guards turns around and says, "Who are you talking to?"
Alex just goes, no one. Well, inherently. Just talking to myself, you know. To the crystal, actually. He says, well, the crystal just kind of pops up and disappears.
As the crystal pops up, the chrysalis creature says, "A guardian crystal." He doesn't know exactly what this thing is. This crystal that you have, but that's what he's presuming it is. He says, "The magistrate would like to see you."
Alex thinks,
We don't have time to visit this magistrate of yours. This child needs to get to its home, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
After that, we will take you to the magistrate immediately.
Did Did you already forget what I told you you're going to do when we get to the village? You're going to vacate and leave us be afterward. Unless you want me to scorch your skin off your bones.
I don't think they have skin.
I don't have skin or bones. I am a chrysalis being, the most intelligent creature in the entire universe.
Ah, yes.
Oh, where have I heard that before?
Where have we all heard that before? Anyways,
For someone claiming to be the most intelligent creature in the universe, you sure are very smart right now by not remembering what I told you back at the crevice. You're going to leave us at the village and scurry off. If you don't, I'll incinerate you where you stand.
You just see one of them reach for their sidearm, and the commander says,
No,
Commander says, holds out a hand and says, "Wait. We will take you to the village, but once you are there, we will not be leaving. We have other important matters." And he turns to his two guard companions and says, "We have other important matters to deal with, don't we?" And they both nod and he turns and says, "Now, we continue our journey in silence."
Can I ask one more question before we continue this journey in silence?
He turns and says, "What?"
How long is it going to take?
"Another 2 hours."
Thank you. And then she continues to laugh. She
Alex,
doesn't say anything else.
Alex turns back to Dark Matter with like a look of "look what you made happen," and just Dark Matter just shrugs.
All right. As you
Well, Dark Matter-
continue trudging through the frigid, cold, now negative 25 degree weather, and those of you who are flying need to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God, why?
Except Aya, because your spell's still active. I'm presuming, right?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay, so it's still going.
All day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, so you're basically immune to this requirement.
That's an 18 for me total.
Oh,
18?
I don't have to roll it. Okay.
Yeah, so your wings and the way your body is kind of come accustomed to your form, your wings kind of give off like this internal heat that kind of just lets the ice melt off.
Ah, okay.
Mugi?
Mugi isn't flying.
Well, not Mugi, but Leilani.
Leilana held a total of 18.
Yeah. So she's fine. So you guys trudge on, and but it's super bitter cold, and the child in the arms of Gifley starts to curl up and starts to shiver. They're suffering from not frostbite. What is it?
Hypothermia.
Thank you. So
Gifley, see what you can do about keeping him warm.
he tucks him like into his satchel and kind of like lets his head poke out and says, "That's the best I can do," as he turns back to kind of shouts back in the howling wind.
That's a cute image, anyways.
Yes. Really is.
Those of you who are exposed to the elements needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, so Mugi's gonna have to roll a con saving throw, which thankfully
Yep.
he's got a good bonus.
Gifley's gonna also have to roll.
Oh, Alex, you fail. Why do you fail?
9, 8.
No.
Alright, 9 and 9 is 18, but 9 and 8 is a 17.
Both Alex and Oldwin failed. Alex got an 8. Oldwin got a 5.
Oh, ouch.
And
Alright.
Rolled a nat 1.
Both Aya and Gifley collapse forward to the ground and
She was
pat.
flying too, so
She just drops out of the sky, tumbles across the ground in front of the guards, and is laying motionless, kind of like shivering.
Okay, so does Leilana have to roll it?
Thank you, Drac, for the raid. Welcome, everyone.
What?
Welcome, Raiders. Welcome.
Raid.
Hi, Raiders!
We have raiders at the castle.
I wish we had books to throw at you, but we don't have that, thing.
Like throw the book of the D&D law at them quickly.
Yes!
We could throw dice at them.
Didactic here.
We could throw dice at them.
Well, let's throw
I am
tomatoes
not
at them.
throwing dice at them!
Just
Never
kidding.
heard.
Throw tomatoes.
Yes.
Throw tomatoes at them.
Load the dice guns.
All right. So, welcome everyone.
Does Leilana need to roll it too?
Yes, she does.
Okay. Let's see. 8 and 8 is 16, so 8 and 7 is 15.
15. Okay, you collapse to one knee as like your legs are numb, and it looks like you feel like you can't go any further. But I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw to convince
Wisdom saving throw.
to will yourself to move on, moving
Right.
forward.
The dice gods I hope are going to be kind to me because I have a +0 in my wisdom saving.
Oh, no.
And they are not kind to me. I rolled a 5.
You just collapse to your other knee, pitch forward, and go face first into the snow.
Alex unfortunately rolled an 8 and Oldwin rolled a 5.
Everyone is just kind of like cold, damp, wet. They don't want
It's fine.
They don't want to move forward as the party just kind of like starts pitching forward. Like, people start pitching forward or like leaning on one knee and kind of like collapsing in the snow from the cold, sheer darkness because it's dark now. It's like hailing storm and all this other stuff. But
The Dark Matter just walks up to Alex and just sits down like, "You're not gonna get up." You can continue if you want.
And so the three guards stand there and they say, "Wimps. We might as well kill you now and get it over with."
What?
As they charge their weapons, because they charge their weapons because I'm gonna say at this point the persuasion effect has worn off.
Because I'm not up anymore.
Exactly.
As that happens, Dark Matter just.
And the intimidation's also worn off because Leilana's like collapsed.
Correct.
As that happens, Dark Matter just leans to Alex's ear and goes, "Slaughter them all."
No, don't you dare! No!
Now, I forgot to write it down sadly, but this is a thing for werewolves that is command words. Two types. There's friendly and threats. Basically, you can either tell them forcefully or tell them kindly, well not kindly, but as a friend or as a ruler to do things. And slaughter them all is Dark Matter's keyword for werewolves. At least one of his. What does this do? All it really does is give me like armor health, aka 10 health. It makes me get up if I'm downed. Only once. I can only do it once per like rest.
Okay, so you slowly get up and you look at these. For some odd reason, you're looking at these three guards, and they're glowing red hot.
Yes, correct. You stole it right out of my mouth.
And then you see in front of them another smaller red hot figure with its hands up.
Freaking Alex sounds up. His mouth kind of he kind of starts snarling. Dark Matter just gets onto his shoulder/back and just says, "This is gonna be fun." As now it's time for werewolf action noises. Now let me look for where my written down notes. There they are. Let's do that. Werewolf versus ice.
Now remember, Moogie didn't collapse. He rolled high on his constitution.
Yeah, so he's witnessing this entire thing.
Like, you don't even see Dark Matter, you just see him stand back up.
This is gonna be fun.
Alex, let's go.
But you see, Moogie, you see the child in front of these three chrysalis beings with his hands up and says, "Peace, only peace."
Whoa.
And this werewolf is slowly closing in.
Alex is going to
Little
do.
one, I suggest you come over here. He's not after you, he's after them.
Alex is going to dig his claw into the ground as he's going to do a leap attack for one good reason, but I'm going to do a leap attack.
Who are you targeting?
I'm going to be targeting. I'm going to be
There-
targeting the most middle chrysalis.
That'd be the commander.
Yeah.
All right. Roll to hit.
With this, I also get a +2, probably, to all my rolls. But okay, I gotta roll my strength, I think. What do I gotta roll for this?
For a leap attack?
Yeah.
That would be acrobatics.
Ah, yes. Okay, acrobatics. X with a bit of a boost, because I'm in, like, this bloodthirsty rage mode. I do enjoy myself a good bloodthirsty rage mode. Okay. 16.
Let me see. Hold on. You hit.
I just pounce onto him, grab him, and bite down onto probably his head.
You hear cracking of like crystal in your teeth, and you just hear like an ear-shattering like. It's like a scream, but it's not a scream. It's more like
A whale?
not even a wail. It's like It's like imagine the sound of like dying energy, if you can imagine that. But it's like agonizingly painful.
Damn.
I don't want to plate your rape in the thing, but imagine that at an extraordinarily loud level of sound.
Doesn't seem like Alex cares right now. He's in like a bloodthirsty, I'm going to kill you.
And you hear straight through your chest.
Oh, okay, let me see if I can... I think I can probably use Hellhound to try and absorb it. Let me see.
What's your AC?
Well, Hellhound makes it so when I roll, I use my strength to see how much damage I can reduct.
Okay, well I need to know your AC so I know if I hit or not.
Alex's, I think, is 14.
I hit, so I'm gonna
I'm gonna try-
roll that. Actually, hold on, that's not that. I need to roll that because these are big boy guns.
Okay. Thank
All
God
right.
I got a +2 on this.
All right, so you take 6 damage. You can soak 2.
Well, okay, if I roll like a 10, I would completely reduct it, but nah, it's not much damage. So how much damage is it?
6 damage reduced 2.
Okay.
If you want, it's because you're choosing to soak. I'm assuming, right?
Well, Hellhound, I roll basically if they roll 30 and I rolled a 10, it would go down to 20.
Okay.
It's just whatever I roll straight number reductions.
Okay. I just forgot how the mechanic works, so I'm trying. Thank you for reminding me.
Alright, Mookie
I'll just take
is
the damage.
going to... Mookie's going to intervene. Not intervene on Alex, he's going to grab the kid.
Wow.
You dive towards the kid as Alex leaps over you at this chrysalis being, and it's kind of like that like sliding like tackle kind of thing as you're grabbing the child in the snow, and the child still has his hands up and he's like, "I only wanted peace."
I'm sorry, little one, but if these guys are as bad as we think they are, there is no such thing as peace.
He starts crying softly
Damn.
in your arms.
It's alright, I got you. I got you.
You just hear as you look up into the eyes of one of the chrysalis guards who's moved to face you and is pointing the barrel straight at your head.
Oh, come on, let us, oh, God.
Everyone who is down may roll a strength saving throw to get up.
My strength sucks.
Mookie is actually going to... This is going to be a strength roll.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Well, actually,
Oh wait, I forgot how. I forgot how
19.
this works.
Dirty 20. He's going to grab the end of the weapon and crush it with his claws.
It discharges, throwing the chrysalis being into the air, and he comes down with a thud. You completely incapacitated him for this round.
I had a dirty 20 on my strength saving throw.
You managed to get up.
Nice. But I forgot I
What's
have
going on? What's going on?
Glasses for Aya.
Yeah, I know.
As the third chrysalis creature looks over at his general who's being eaten, and the third chrysalis beast just is trying his hardest to stand his ground. He's gonna roll a wisdom saving throw.
I am doing like a thing, like a dog thing, where I'm shaking left and right, trying to tear his head off, pretty much.
Yeah. The third chrysalis beast just drops his gun and bolts.
I'm out of here.
Lilana's gonna have to roll to get up.
Well, Anne's
Yep.
already up, so yeah, go ahead. Go.
Oh. Whew. 17 plus 7.
Oh wow. So
Nice.
you managed to just
24,
stand.
yes.
You stand up, and Gifley is just like lumbering like behind, like past you, pulls out his great club, and just like as he's seeing this third one run, he just goes, "Oh no, you don't."
He just looks it at him.
He's gonna roll to hit. Oh, hold on. Let me do this.
Who is he hitting on?
The third Chrysalis Guardian that was there.
Oh, okay.
He hits, and he's gonna do four bludgeoning damage to the chrysalis beast. The chrysalis beast looks at him, and it's kind of dented, but it's still up. But he's unarmed, so Gifley is gonna reach down, grab this thing by its neck, or whatever its neck it is, hoist it into the air, and stare it down. And he's going to roll Intimidate.
Intimidate is a useful skill.
You are going to go back to your superior like a squabbling little fool and tell them that we have escaped and you could not find us. Anything else you say to your commander will get you certainly killed. Do you understand? And the chrysalis creature just kind of like slowly nods. And then the Gifley just drops him and then picks him up again and says, "On second thought, no. You don't even get a chance." And he just crushes him.
Damn.
Ooh, beautiful.
So is the counter over?
You
That's an 18,
know.
and you just see like these crystal bits just like slowly like falling out of his fist. And you just see this wispy energy slowly mist up to the sky.
Gifley, I think I like you.
Remind me not to get Gifley angry at me.
And he just turns and
like this one.
he turns and he says, "That's for Moran." His uncle, remember?
Oh, right.
His dad.
His dad, thank you.
Right. Okay, going back to the one that Alex is taking care of.
Yeah.
I want to tear. I think I'm tearing his head off right now.
You just have a massive chunk of its head in your mouth. Still.
Is
Yeah.
he alive?
I think he's dead.
I'm gonna roll for that. Hold on.
Roll for luck.
It's barely alive, and you just see it kind of reach towards its chest and beat and slap one of these like what looks like a kind of like a little emblem, and just goes as just like this beam of energy,
Okay.
and it's gone.
It's gone.
Just
Yeah.
under, like,
It's life force.
Is it dead or is it like does it just like
Or
teleport?
did it teleport?
You don't know. It just disappeared. But
So-
but you notice that it's no longer in your mouth.
Wait, no, my character doesn't say anything. He just kind of growls a little bit, looking around primally.
And he sees the kid in Gifley, actually in...
Well, before actually anything happens, all he sees is this colorful blade, the same colors as Dark Matter, just go right in front of him going, "That's enough! Stop!" And as soon as he does, he shakes out of it. What happened?
As you see dead crystal bits all over the place. And a crystal long rifle lying in the snow.
What happened? Sitting in the snow.
Does Alex and Aya want to roll a perception check?
Yes, I want to roll a perception check.
Go ahead.
What are you making me roll for?
You'll see.
Oh no. No, that never sounds good coming from your mouth.
That is a 21 from A.
Okay, you see it.
Well, A is always going to say something that.
Ilana has her back turned, so she can't see this.
I got a funny 13.
Okay.
Okay. You see it too. Both of you look over and you see Moogie absolutely fangirling over Gifley. Like he has got the wide eyes and everything. Like drool coming out of his mouth.
Can I have your autograph?
He's in love with Gifley right now because of his intimidation tactics.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nice.
And then Gifley drops his hand and looks at the ground where the gun is and says, "Excellent, exactly what I needed." And he picks up this little object in his hand. It looks like kind of like a little pill-shaped canister. It's about the size of one of you guys, but since Gifley is pretty big, it's about the size of one of his fingers. This will come in handy. As he holds it up.
You come in handy.
He just looks over at
Moogie?
Moogie and says, "Unfortunately, I am not your type."
Moogie.
Oh, trust me. I wasn't thinking about marriage, but you are a Goliath compared to me, and I like it.
Just ever going, Moogie, step out of it. Moogie.
The mage hand just like floated over and goes,
Yeah, come on, man, come on, get with it. We're in the middle of the freaking
You're
call.
so strong and intimidating. I like it.
My man.
Mage hand at this point, I'm just assuming Mage hand is just about ready to slap Moogie, and then
He gets in the slapping pose and like goes back a little bit.
Hang on.
Do it.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm about to hit him like a good watermelon.
No, Moogie.
What's going on?
You were fangirling.
What? Oh, shit.
I was about to slap some sense into you, boy. Made him sense we're going back to Aldwin.
No. No slapping.
I'm sorry. I kind of lost myself a little bit. My bad.
Gifley,
You were fangirling over, what's his name?
Gifley.
Gifley, saying that, big and intimidating, and I asked, more intimidating than your sister?
I don't know, but I don't fangirl over her.
Well, that's
What does Leilana say?
She has turned her head and looking at him like, "Excuse me, what?"
You what? You little pussy bitch. What can I imagine?
No, don't do that. Nope, none of that.
Alright, so,
None of that.
Gifley holds up this little cylinder and says, "I believe this is what we needed from them."
What is it? Aldwin just says.
I don't know, but my father used to mention about something like this, and he turns it over in his hands, and it looks kind of like some kind of pill-shaped oval kind of object with various like lights blinking on it, but he has no clue what it is. Would anyone like to roll perception? Or no, insight.
No, I can't roll insight. That's not my that's not my pathway.
I'll take either or then, or investigation. One of those three.
Alex got good insight somehow.
Okay. Leilana will roll investigation because she has a +2 in that.
Alex got a 30.
32.
Oh, 20.
I had a 25 in perception.
Dirty
Okay,
20.
so everyone who got 20 or 20 up to 25,
I
know
got-
that
I got 32.
yes, I'm getting to you in a moment. So you know that this is some kind of homing beacon or some kind of communication device. You can't tell which. However, was it Aldwin or was it Alex?
Alex rolled that 32.
Alex definitely knows what this is. This is a definitely a communication device, but it's been modified, so it's also a tracker.
Oh, I know what this is. It's a communication device. Also a tracker. Don't ask how I know.
Gifley says, "I suspected they'd try something as bold as tracking us." And he reaches for it, and he's about to. He looks like he's about to destroy it, and then stops and says, "Actually, I have an idea.
What is it?
We may be able to figure out where the child's parents are by asking our lovely." He looks around. Oh, yeah. Well, we can ask the Chrysalis magistrate. Who here is the best at diplomacy? He says.
Or faking in general.
That would be her. And he points at Aya.
Well, yes,
He
I'm good at
walks
persuasion.
over to Aya and places the thing in the snow, and pushes a button with one of his claws, and it goes, and like a little hologram appears, and it's the magistrate.
Now, what Aya does is, as when he puts it down and pushes buttons, is she's standing in the snow with her hands behind her back, kind of in that command pose.
Yeah. She's playing it off. I get it.
Yes, she is. She is.
All right.
Oh, you better believe that she is.
Do you have any inspiration?
I do.
If you'd like to spend that point of inspiration, I'll let you roll with advantage.
I thought you might say that.
All right. Go ahead.
That is a 21.
Okay. So what do you say to the magistrate as they're sitting in their chair with their back to you, and they just turn around in this like crystalline like throne. They say, "This is the magistrate. Check in. Who are you?" And it's a woman, but I can't do a woman's voice, so you know.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hello. This is. Oh, crap! Now you're gonna have to actually make me do this.
Yes, I am.
Correctly, roleplay.
Yeah, roleplay and a roleplay.
Excuse me.
This is Magistrate Aya Jokin.
I do not know of an Aya Jokin as a magistrate. State your designation. And serial key.
Serial key 2933837.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh God! Something is also not her. Well, more of her strong suit that she's.
Yep.
Oh lordy. That's 16.
16, you said?
Can Leilana
roll her deception to assist.
If you spend your point of inspiration, if you have one.
Let me see if I have one.
It should be the little sunset thing on the inspiration thing.
Oh, I keep inspiration points written down because when I use them, it doesn't. I can't change it on the site.
Okay.
I keep forgetting to do
Let
that.
me see where I have that written down at. If I have it written down, let's see.
I'm pretty sure I've been given inspiration points, but I keep forgetting.
Nope, not in that booklet.
No, no, no. One left.
No, not this one, not that one, not that one, no, not this chest either.
No.
Where is my other booklet with my
Well-
inspiration in it?
While you're looking for that, what are you gonna say? Yeah.
You mean other than the key?
Yeah.
Designation. See, she has absolutely no idea what she's talking about.
Yes, that's why she has to pull it out of her ass.
Slave village.
Slave village.
Small brain intensifies.
You are the new magistrate of the slave village?
Yes.
And where are your other guards? I sent 3 out with you. Didn't I?
Did you?
I'll be right back.
Roll persuasion.
Again?
Yes.
Probably.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a 26.
He just she looks over and says, looks at you quizzically through the hollow projector and says, "Go on."
One eyebrow?
Yes. Where are your 3 guards, magistrate?
Either they didn't show up or something must have happened to them.
Possibly a Frostwalker ambush. It's been common around these parts.
Yes, yes.
I see you have prisoners.
Prisoners, yes.
the
Very
background.
very tough they were. Especially this one, and points directly to Alex.
Bring them to the mines. We could use more miners for our operations. I am sending you the coordinates now.
Casually made. Yeah.
You are to proceed at best speed to the mines at the village. We will meet you there. Good luck.
Yes, magistrate.
And the thing goes.
And AO, as soon as it goes down, goes, that was the best lying I have ever done.
Well, don't forget, you'll probably have to do it again.
Again?
Well, they said they'll meet us there. You have to pull it off a second time.
Well, then I need to get gutsied up, because this is obviously not going to do. Looks down at what she's wearing.
Indeed. I guess we'll find something at the village. What were those coordinates again?
Oh, here.
The orb, the little cylinder just floats up into the air and starts floating towards the direction that you guys have to follow.
Oh, that way. Let's go.
That way!
And I'm gonna follow the big guy.
For no reason.
Gifly just turns around. Gifly turns around and says, "Nothing," and then just continues walking forward.
Gifley, before we head out, can I ride on your shoulders?
I want to see how strong you are.
I'm
Why?
the one carrying you around.
He says, "We're both the same size, but
Would you
Yeah,
like,
but I'm sure you're heavier than I am.
would you like to be your goblin form before you do that?
Not at this cold.
At least this form has freaking fur. I assume.
At least in this form, I have cold resistance.
he says,
Good point.
He just reaches down. He's gonna roll a strength check.
Mookie is fangirling so hard over it.
That's it. He just hoists you up onto his shoulders and just continues walking forward.
It's just Moogie. But
And Aya kind of looks over at Leilana. Has he ever done this before?
No, unfortunately not. He's always carried everyone else around on his shoulders. It's
No,
good
I-
to see.
That what I mean, fangirling.
Oh, no, never. Never, not since I've ever known him. No.
That's what I thought. He is fangirling something
Something
special.
fierce.
Well, it's rare for him to meet someone as intimidating as himself that is another male, unfortunately. He's only about to deal with me.
And
That's true.
the
As we both kind of, at this point, her wings, Aya's wings has again popped out and
Yep.
risen kind of off the ground. I am not trudging through snow.
Just
Neither am I.
Aldwin just goes, I wish I had wings. Why don't I have wings? And Mitch just goes, because you weren't blessed with wings. You're not a dragon. You're a dragonborn. Dragonborns don't have wings. Don't complain.
That's not entirely true. Some dragonborns can have wings as Aya keeps flying.
Oh. Mitch just goes, well,
And
I look stupid.
and may I point something out? Mage Hand, you can float. Just pick him up and carry him. You behemoth.
I don't think I can.
Do it anyway.
Ah, fine. Mage Hand just freaking grabs Aldwin by like the most stable part he can and just attempts to lift him. Because Mage Hand shares his rolling, so let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
yes, roll strength.
He rolled
Yep.
a 22.
Oh wow! Nice.
Mage Hand is just sitting in the hand of well, I mean not Mage Hand, but whoever is riding in Mage Hand's hand is palm,
Aldwin.
whatever you want. Aldwin is riding like
Like I am flying.
It's like a floating horse, only with fingers.
He's like, okay, my hand's starting to hurt slightly. Mage Hand, you okay? You're heavy.
Yeah, but you can still carry him, so it's okay. You rolled a 22.
I never noticed it till now, but you're a lot heavier than you inherently look because you're damn close. Serious
Up.
dragon cake. Anyways.
up ahead. You see what looks like is that? And Gifley looks ahead and says, "Oh no." As up ahead,
What is it?
as you crest over the hill, you see the smoldering remains of a burned out, raised village.
That is not good.
Oh.
No, that isn't. And I've got to explain that.
What's... Old one's just
I
staring.
don't know. It's possible that they
You can-
already know this place is burned.
You can see little specks of what looks like, well, from this distance, you can't make them out, but if anyone would like to roll perception,
Oh yes.
it's not a very high roll, so you just roll perception and tell me what you get. 15.
Well, Alana rolled a 9, so she can't see anything.
Well,
Alex
she's
rolled 26.
okay. You definitely see it. Whoever rolled 26
Alex.
and a 15 counts. You can see tons of Frostwalker bodies lying face down in the snow all around the village.
By the stars. What madness transpired here?
What happened?
And you see the kid jump out of the bag and start running toward the village. Mommy! Mommy!
Someone get the damn kid. Alex just points.
No. Let him run. Let's just keep going.
But the fire.
Well, the
It-
fire will keep things warm, but he'll avoid the flames. I'm sure he's smart enough.
As
We
you
need to
appro-
figure out what happened to his parents.
as you approach the village and get like up to the village fence, which has been somewhat, this side of it's been intact, but like parts of it have been kicked in, and like they're basically icicles that have been put up, but like they've been melted down by some kind of energy weapon. And you come over into the village square, and you can see lots more bodies covered in this green kind of orangey blood. They're all Frostwalker bodies. And they are gruesome beyond belief. They've been disjointed, they've been mutilated, they've been ripped apart.
This is absolute madness.
I know. And I've got to be happy about this, or be in charge of this, or
Well, they did say the mines, and we're not nowhere near the mines yet. We're only in the village proper. This is a lot worse than I thought it would be.
The kid walks over to what looks like a kind of like a large yurt in the snow. Pulls open one of the flaps, looks in, and you just hear uncontrolled wailing.
Oh no.
hey,
I got this.
you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right.
Come here, little one.
As you approach the yurt, you get on one knee as you kind of, because the yurt's small, it's not your size. You have to kind of crawl in on hands and knees. And you see, as you crawl in, the child hugging one of these bodies that looks kind of like a female body, and it's covered in blood.
Come here, little one.
Mommy.
I know. She's gone.
My
There's
heart.
nothing we can do for her except get revenge. We'll find the ones that did this, and we'll tear them apart.
My heart. My heart hurts.
Come here.
He turns around, tears dripping from his eyes.
Come on now. It's okay. We'll protect you, I promise. I won't let anything harm you.
I don't want to leave her.
Well, she's already gone. There's nothing here left. We'll have to find another village to go to. Somewhere where you can be free. Come on now. Let's go.
He starts exiting the yurt, turns back, looks at her, remains, and says, I love you. And then he turns around and leaves.
I'm sure she loved you dearly as well.
My soul. My soul. Ow. I don't cry anymore, but geez, I wish I could. Oh.
And that's where we're going to cut to break.
Oh.
Were you actually crying there?
A little bit, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was on the verge, but not really.
So how long is our break?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Realms of Awakened Essence. And last time we had our quick break, our party was dealing with a slight emotional trauma that a young Frostwalker has just encountered. And now we are going to start right where we left off, in that very same moment. Let's begin.
Aha!
Alright. So, what is everyone up to right now?
Moogie is currently hugging the child.
The child
Hey,
is kind of like it's crying, but like it's in your arms and it's hugging you back, like up against your chest. And this is a pretty large creature, but it's it's smaller than obviously Gifley. And Gifley walks over as you're exiting the tent and he says, "What did you see in there?"
The mother's body, covered in blood, lifeless.
You hear the child kind of like sobbing, and he says, "I understand, young one. We will avenge her." And he turns around and looks at you and says, "Will you?"
When I find the ones who did this little one, I'm going to rip their throat out with my teeth.
And he kind of smiles, showing his tusk-like teeth.
I'd like that.
I like it.
Aya is looking over this carnage and then looking back at Leilana and she's going to have a good little cry herself because this is not something that she is mentally prepared for.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Thank you.
Old Link is just like,
It's a 16, but she's still. This is not a good situation for her. She's
Yeah.
looking around, kind of her mouth half open, kind of.
Mm-hmm. And trudging in the snow, there's movement off to your left, and you see it looks like Gifley, but it's covered in like this greenish orange blood. And it's holding its left shoulder, and it's kind of stumbling towards you. "Please help."
Leilana! It's just kind of. Her eyes get as big as saucers and she goes towards the creature person.
wings.
Mm-hmm.
Fly.
Flying as fast as she knows how.
All right.
Who, me?
No.
Layla.
Aya.
Yeah, thank you.
Aya has taken off because she's seen somebody.
Yep. And you fly over to this Frostwalker, and he's holding his shoulder, and it's obviously like you can see like a large chrysalis spike in it.
What
And
happened?
city attacked, village ruined, everyone dead, wife killed.
Hello, Grandpa.
Wait. Who killed the city?
Ice, no longer friends. Fear.
I need a cleric over here now. Stat.
I've got Claire.
What's going on, Aya?
Someone's still alive. Points to them.
What?
Someone's still alive. He's hurt very badly.
He collapses to both knees and is kind of just like on his knees, just kind of holding his shoulder. "Please help. Our city, our people. You are our saviors." And he pitches forward into the snow.
No.
Whoa.
Motionless.
Time.
You can try and heal him, yes. Roll medicine if you'd like.
Medicine is not her strong point. Damn it.
But it is Moogie's.
just rolled a 17, so that's an 18 altogether.
All right.
Nice.
You reach into your pack and you pull out like various supplies that Gifley and
No,
Daria has given you, and you manage to find what looks like a shard of ice, and it's glowing kind of iridescent bluish red. It's pulsing as you hold it up. And
Well, when in Rome, or when in wherever.
and you place it on the chest of the back of this creature as you you obviously can't move it because it's too big,
Right.
and the crystal just kind of seeps into their body, and you just hear kind of like a gasp of air, and he just rolls over, and you hear popping of bones and like realigning of like various extremities, and you can see the wound is slowly closing up and healing itself. And he just is gasping and panting for air. And he just says, "Thank you."
What is your name?
Oron.
Oron.
O-R-O-N. A-R-O-O-N. Sorry.
Hang on. Spell that again.
A apostrophe R-O-O-N.
O-O-N.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Aya.
Nice to meet you, Aya. As he kind of like stands to his like on one knee.
Don't get up too quickly.
I'll be fine.
Sit and then stand. That's probably easier for you.
He kind of like sits on his haunches, and he's like a pretty big creature, so you just kind of like sees snow kind of like dust in the air as he sits on his haunches. City destroyed.
City destroyed, yes, I got that. You said your wife was killed?
He points to the yurt. Yes, brutally murdered. They took our son.
No, they didn't.
Wait, are you sure it's
They
the right person?
didn't? He says. Look at.
Where's the child?
And
Moogie is currently cradling the child.
the child hears the voice and hops out of Moogie's arms and starts running towards his father.
Sweet.
Daddy!
The father.
And he says, can,
We found your son.
his name is, I'm trying to figure out his name is Tug. T-U-G. G.
Doug.
We found your son. We were staying for the night in a crevice, and he just kind of wandered into our encampment, and he said that he couldn't find his mother. So we told him that we'd bring him back here. And
He picks up the child, and the child is like hugging him and crying softly. Daddy, you're okay.
he's okay now.
Thank you. He turns around and looks at you. And the father sets the child down next to him and says, "Were you the ones from the Skybolt?"
Unfortunately, as Moogie kind of lumbers up toward them.
Unfortunately, yes, our captain is in grave danger. He only has 2 days to live because of the life support he's on.
He has no clue what you're saying because remember these are
I
primitive
know,
creatures, but yeah.
Aya's babbling.
Yeah. And he says we have supplies but very few. We don't ice steal, ice kill. He looks down at the sun and kind of puts his arm around the child. Must protect what's left.
No, undoubtedly. Where
Mo-
are the mines?
He points to like a kind of like a mound off in the distance at the edge of town, a couple meters away, and he says, "Be careful. That leads directly to them, the ice." And he shivers.
Oh, don't you worry about that. When I find those heathens, he just like, kind of cracks all of his knuckles. I'm going to rend them limb from limb.
Remember, I still have to talk to them as the head over this village, remember?
You do the talking, I do the breaking.
And
Oh, my bodyguard.
the orb just kind of floats around to you, and you just hear incoming transmission.
Oh, that's great.
Run off with it. Go
Arun,
after like
Crouch down behind me.
Arun, hide.
get in a room, hide.
And take your son, both of you, hide.
He says, "Very well. Come on, come on, Tug." And Tug kind of gets up and kind of runs into like one of the like outhouses or like one of these like sheltered structures that's been slightly burned down, but you know, at least they're out of the picture for now. And this screen goes.
Be a bodyguard. Stand here and look me.
The screen's already up. The screen's already up, but like it's connecting as you're saying that.
Well, I mean, she wants to have at least one person looking mean, and Moogie's it.
Yeah. All right.
His brow is furrowed and his eyes have turned yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of the look that she wanted anyhow. And again, she gets into the I am going to talk to somebody important, you know, hands behind back, kind of
Yep.
serious looking face.
And she said, the screen comes up and it says, "Magistrate, check in." And you see one of the commanders step to the side, and you see the magistrate turn in her throne. And she says, "I see you're at the village. And I see you found one of your guards."
Yes.
No one.
And the
Solid.
prisoners?
I have also noticed that I don't have any people. What has happened here?
The village
And
was
she-
overrun by the fur creatures. Hideous things. Why are your prisoners not chained and shackled? She is looking intently at the people behind you.
Alex is kind of just off frame. You can see his tail probably, but that's it.
Yeah.
Because we have not been able to find anything to shackle them with. I mean, you left me with nothing.
That is not like me. Proceed to the mine. We'll have our teams meet you at the entrance.
Very good.
And don't be late. The screen goes out.
Thank
Alright.
you.
This
you
is
make a very good
becoming-
bodyguard.
Yes, fine. Something is off. Something feels very off, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but as long as we can keep playing these parts, maybe we can save somebody who's down in the mines.
Well, Dawn's like,
Unfortunately,
no one
everybody
knows.
else is gonna have to get chained. I don't
Ugh.
like that idea either.
Mason's
And-
like, you can't chain me. I go wherever I want.
And
That's
and the
And you keep up with this, and I'll have you chained for real.
Fine.
Aaron comes around with the sun and says, "I found some leftover chains on the bodies. Maybe we can use these." And he holds them up. He says, "I don't mind playing the prisoner, but my young one has gone through a lot of trauma. It'll be hard for them."
I don't
Well-
want the young one to go through this.
Aldwin goes, well, I know there is one safe place we can put him temporarily.
And
I
where
don't
is
remember.
that?
Crystal?
That
In
would
the
be,
crystal?
yeah, that would be Alex's crystal.
Okay.
He would be safe there.
Yeah, that's where.
Oh, crap. Did we put the... And looks right at Alex.
What is it?
And she mouths the word puppy.
Oh, Oh, don't worry. The crystal shows up. If I have it right here. It says while the door opens up, and there's the puppy. Pokes its head out. Okay, don't run around, little thing. Okay. Son!
He jumps out
Well,
and
no.
is running through the snow.
Nah.
Yeah, run straight for the child. Yep.
Pick up the child from the dog.
And Aaron says, "What is that thing?"
It's
It's a hellhound pup from Avernus.
Yeah.
The puppy just sits down in front of the child and goes
And the child says,
whack, 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 whack.
reaches down very carefully and pats it on the head. Daddy, it's cute. Can we keep it?
Unfortunately, little one, he's part of our party, so we can't just let him go.
Anyways, he needs to be
But
more
you,
trained.
but you can play with him inside the crystal.
Yeah, we're playing.
Yes.
He looks
we
up at
saved
the
it.
he looks at the portal and says, "That thing?"
That
Mm-hmm.
Alex goes, there's a lot of
He
there's
turns
a lot of stuff in there.
he turns to look at his father, and he says, his father nods and says, "Go on. You'll be safe. I'll be back." And the child climbs into the crystal with the dog in his arms,
Yeah.
waves to his dad, and the crystal goes.
Yeah, the crystal
Now,
door.
before we go, we need to give these frostwalkers a proper burial and rest. Leilana, give her a call.
Give
Are
her-
you out of your mind? Yes, I am. Give
Which
her
her?
a call.
Which her, Suzanne?
Who do you think?
No, she's not gonna like that. You know she's busy.
Fine.
Who are you calling? If I know who it is, I'm
Lady
gonna.
Mary.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a way. I've had entrance for this, and I mentioned it to AO back in the day.
Very
well, right.
Give me a moment.
Wait a minute, which entrance?
It's blue.
That interests.
Oh, that entrance. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, we are whisked away to the mind space.
Inside the.
Inside the four-pillared room, you do not see a Lady Mary.
And the lights are out.
There.
The lights are out.
And well, no, not all the lights are out.
Well, some lights are flickering.
Yeah,
Like
the lights
zzz,
are
zzz, 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 zzz. And some objects have been thrown about and stuff like that.
What the hell happened here? This is not right.
and you hear a very familiar sound. Sound of a TARDIS arriving.
Oh dear.
And at one of the doors, that light just kind of poof, on. And it's the blue door. And out walks a very disheveled Lady Mary. It looks like she hasn't had that much sleep in a couple days.
Lady Mary!
And she turns around and she looks back. The next time, Lady TARDIS, you decide to take me on a pub tour, warn me about the drinks. That padded glass gargle blaster nearly took me out.
Literally.
You hear light laughter coming from inside the TARDIS. Oh my head. She quietly closes the door. Oh good, the light's burning. Oh, she has not noticed you yet.
What do you do?
What do you do?
She's going to lightly tap her foot on the floor.
She's adjusting her glasses. She does the kind of squint in her glasses. Like, Lana. Okay. What have you gotten yourselves into this time?
Well, Unfortunately, we haven't gotten ourselves into anything in particular and dangerous, but we do need your help with something very important.
What?
It's kind of gruesome, I'm warning you now.
It can't be any gruesome than the pub crawl I just did with Lady Tardis.
How about blood-covered bodies strewn about in a burned-down village, massacred like common sheep?
Ooh. Give me a
Yes.
second. Stay right there. Don't move.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Well, that, but she is going to move off for just a second.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. uh, she wanders off. You don't see where she wanders off to, but you hear, oh God, my head pulling out drawers, what sounds like water being poured into something. Gulp. Sip. Oh, that should make me feel better in about 30 minutes. Oh, Lord. Oh, wait, I'm a time person. I can snap. Oh, that makes that feel a hell of a whole lot better, although I can feel that later.
And the lights in the room go dee
And they all turn back on, and she kind of wanders back out. Oh. Let's go.
If you're not feeling it too well, you can use my body. And she puts her hand out.
Thank you. Touch.
And there's a... We go back to the exterior view of, like, outside in the snow as the sun's kind of beating down on you. It is It's bitterly cold. It's negative 30. And
Lilana's eyes have turned that crystalline blue that's familiar to everyone.
And she's just standing there as you hear a wheezing sound as a blue box appears in the snow next to you in the middle of the town.
Oh, I wondered where that was. Oh, no. Oh, right, okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Cheese and biscuit.
And the door opens and Leilana and... Well, Leilana's standing there next to it. And Lady Mary steps out.
Wait, how is Lady Mary stepping out if she's...
If she's in the body, I thought that's
Well,
how we were doing.
Okay, well, how I was doing it was... Okay, how I assumed it was happening is she's summoning the TARDIS.
Yeah, she's gonna summon the TARDIS. That's how she's
Yeah.
gonna get back.
Yes, the TARDIS is there.
Yeah,
But
she's not
yeah.
stepping out of it. She's
Okay,
Leilana
well,
right
the TARDIS is there, so...
Yeah.
And, Gifley's looking at this, like, weird materializing box and says... It's... blue.
Yes. It's blue.
But why is it here?
Well, this is Leilana, but it doesn't sound like Leilana. Oh, because it's blue?
It's the color is blue. Yes.
Ah,
But
Lady
why is
Mary.
it here?
It's my right home.
We'll explain things in a moment. Lady Mary,
Yes.
no doubt you're in control of Leilana, because the eyes are blue.
Yes, and she's taking great delight in eating up my popcorn right now.
Oh my God! Leaving
Meanwhile-
her to steal all the food.
Meanwhile, in the mind space, she's just sitting on like the chair and just like kind of like this, going.
Inspire.
This is my favorite movie.
You may want to turn around and have a look.
So she turns around. Oh my! Leilana said you didn't do this.
No, we did not.
We would never.
Some crystallis creatures did. We're trying to track down where they are so we can, well, put an end to this madness. But
Where's Drac?
yeah, that's the other thing that we need help with. He's currently dying.
I will deal with him after I've dealt with.
Can you lay these poor innocent souls to rest? They've been tortured long enough.
Yes. I can.
by the way, this is what you kind of see in the distance. Just post it. Hold on. Just post
Where
it
will it be?
in OC.
Oh, see.
There you go.
Also
Except
known as-
everything is smoldering and burning, and yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. I've gotta get there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
OC is just known as Ooh-see.
Okay. Oh, and a Tefka times like 1,000. Lovely.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Lady Mary is going to stand there, briefly close her eyes. Takes a deep breath. Snaps her fingers. And all the dead, all the bodies that were inside the things or
Yep.
outside
Yep.
are gone.
Mm-hmm. The buildings are still burning and like smoldering, but you know,
Yeah,
there's
she
no
took
bodies.
Yeah, but there's no bodies.
Yep.
I think Leilani is now telling me that there was a child.
Yes, he's right over here next to his father, the only remaining Frostwalker of these people we know about.
He's not.
currently.
He's actually in the crystal.
Oh, that's right. He's in the crystal.
His father's right here, but the child's inside the crystal that belongs to Alex. He's safe for now.
Good. She walks up to the father.
Gifley looks down. I mean, not Gifley. Aaron looks down and says, "Yes."
I am sorry for your city. This should not have happened.
Ice are evil. Ice will be destroyed and shattered across all domains. You have my word.
If ice can be reasoned with, I would prefer ice also not dying.
But ice is evil. Ice only kill. Ice must die.
If ice can be reasoned with.
Lady Mary, Mookie kind of points to where one of the chrysalis bodies are laying. That is the ice he's talking about. They can't be reasoned with.
You walk over to this huddled mass in the sand. I mean, the snow. And since this is kind of like Time Lordy kind of thing, roll, what is it, a smarts check?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
Mhm.
She has a lot better intelligence than
Did anything happen while I walked away for a second?
She's identifying a chrysalis thing right now.
I know that.
So
yeah,
nothing.
she makes it with flying colors.
Okay, so you obviously identify this creature as an ancient alien race that is almost, if not the equivalent of a Time Lord. They don't have Time Lord technology yet, but they are
But they're close.
they're very
Just as
close to unlocking that technology.
Nice.
And if they do so, they are
Nowhere
It's-
will be safe.
correct. These creatures, if you were to take the Daleks, the Cybermen, and the Weeping Angels and merge them into one, you would have
Now
a
you can't do now.
form-
The Weeping Angels. No. Hang on.
well, not the Weeping Angels, but just the Cybermen and the Daleks working together.
Okay.
Merge
This would be a formidable foe.
Yeah, I can see that.
This would be a formidable foe to go against.
Right.
Mhm.
She looks down at this and I promised that I would keep what I know safe from anybody else knowing that these creatures get that technology. She's muttering.
Mhm.
So if anybody wants to hear what she's muttering,
Well, Leilana can hear it because it's just
Well,
also
yeah.
going on in the head.
yeah. I'm not saying Leilana can't hear this, but I'm talking about the people who are outside.
Yeah, Moogie is not within range to hear it.
No. It could still be reasoned with, but it would be very difficult. If they get hands on the technology, that'd be going against my promise against going against my promise for a certain person.
Lady Mary, a question.
She stands back up. They still can be reasoned with, but it will be very difficult. That's not my concern. My concern is they are looking for technology to go between times.
Well, what if they can find that technology here? I know this is a primitive world, but they've been mining in this world, forcing these Frostwalkers to mine for them.
Gifley is going to kind of approach Lady Mary and say, and hand her a small scroll out of his pocket and say, I believe this will answer your inquiries.
Lady Mary will pick up the scroll, and because she has natural translation, she can read it.
It refers to something known as the time gem. It is basically, from what you can discern based on this rough translation, it's, you know, the crystal in the TARDIS that keeps the TARDIS alive, right? In the thing? Well, it's like the heart of the TARDIS. This is a shard of time essence that's buried deep within the core of the planet, and they're looking for it. And this looks like a journal entry from Ensign Moran. It's the last page. One of the last pages. But at the very bottom, there's a set of coordinates. The page is tattered and torn off. So you only get like 2/3 of the coordinates of where this thing might be located.
Hang on, I have.
Give us a moment, folks.
Where's it at? I have the. Where is it? On the bottom of the scroll. Ah, here it is. On the bottom of the scroll, it reads, "The language is difficult to learn. I've been here only a year. Gosh damn thing. These beasts tried to help one today. The thing threw a chunk of ice at me. I awoke to the sound of screaming tonight. Not sure where it was, but it got quiet shortly after. I wonder if it... No, not my concern. Got lost again. Ice all looked the same." That was on the bottom of the scroll.
Lady Mary looks at the bottom of the scroll, and then looks at this description of this time crystal.
Time gem.
Time gem.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how it got here. It's not supposed here.
Lady Mary.
They're trying to find a time gem.
A
And it's
what?
not a time gem. It's not supposed to be here. It's not even supposed to be anywhere in this reality.
Wait a second. So you're telling me that this is the same kind of situation as what he was fooling with?
Sounds like it.
Oh, I don't want to be dealing with him again.
Do you think I want to be dealing with him again? I already have to deal with him on my own.
This just gets better and better.
It does.
And I bet Leilana is eating this whole thing up right now, isn't she?
Again, Lady Mary closes her eyes, smirks.
As she turns around and sees Leilana lying in the chair, and it's like, I'm out of popcorn. Have any more?
I'm out. You gotta hit a throw up.
So, Lady Mary, do you want to physically go there? Instead of having a channel for me?
I mean, you're having fun eating popcorn.
Yes, but if I don't get back, I won't be able to help.
That's a good point. It just stay right there. And
Okay.
stay right there. And what happens in your mind space, Leilana, is a blue door just appears. Lady Mary will walk through the blue door. Well, walk up to the blue door, open it, turn around. When I go through this blue door, take over. She walks through the blue door disappears. Now, on the outside.
Leilana's eyes blink back to their normal color.
This TARDIS, which has been sitting here very quietly, very serenely, the door opens, and everybody sees Lady Mary walk out.
Anyone would like to roll perception as the door opens.
Oh, yes.
She's in her goddess form, correct?
Who?
Lady Mary.
Lady Mary? Not quite.
Alright.
You'll see.
Because remember, she got her status re-invoked.
Well, yeah, she doesn't turn it on every time she walks out. Come on now.
Right.
And the lady of the hour is...
Can everyone roll perception if they would like to, as the door opens?
Aya isn't, because Aya's not looking in that direction.
Gifley has rolled, and he looks at it and says, "It's bigger on the inside," as he's like leaning down, like on his all haunches, looking through the door behind Lady Mary, like.
Oh, trust me. There's an entire civilization worth of space inside that one tiny little thing.
But
you
but-
all hear the laughter of a woman, an English laughter, going, "Well, my dear, looks like you're in for an adventure. I will be around. Make sure you contact me before you want to go back. I will, Lady TARDIS, and I will see you. We still had to finish our date. Yes, I know. The door closes, and the TARDIS, you hear the TARDIS start up and disappear.
And Gifley is still standing on it, like kneeling on his haunches, looking straight through where the TARDIS was, and he's like, "How does it do that?"
Oh, the world might
Great
be
secret.
It uses a very special kind of ice shard. Very special. That you can't find it on this world. It's on some other world.
Oh,
should be able to find it.
The shard is at a different castle. Lady Mary looks at Leilana.
with a stupid look, probably. Not stupid, but like the look of like, you see what I did there?
And
Smart.
off as the sun starts to set, like over the village, like the sunset, kind of glistening off the white snow on the ground. you hear cries coming from the deep in the mine, and you hear ting, 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 ting.
We're already in the freaking mine area.
No, but you can hear it echoing
Yeah.
from the ground below.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Nice.
Lady Mary goes, "We have to find that time crystal. They cannot fall in the hands of these creatures. If they get their hands on it, they're going to be worse than."
Than
And-
him.
And Gifley turns around and says, "You mean that place you call Avernus?"
No.
Now, then, let me explain it to you. Imagine a being that could scare a god, and he is not a god. That's who we're worried about. If he's involved in this, things are going to get much more ugly, and very fast.
He shudders at the thought. And he says, "We best get moving. It will get colder as night falls."
By the way, did anybody roll a perception to see what Lady Mary actually looks like at this point?
Leilana doesn't need to, and Mookie already knows. So.
Anybody?
Gifley was more concentrated on the actual like interior of the TARDIS, that he completely looked right through Lady Mary.
Alright.
Because remember, it's new technology he's never seen before, so.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
Alright.
you guys don't know what she looks like currently.
All right.
Well, except for the two people that actually do
Yeah.
know what she looks like. But
Yeah. And as you hear this clinking, we cut to back on the ship with Tricathio. He wakes up and Freddy Bot is kind of like off doing his like medical examinations on like fixing the ship and stuff like that. Comes into the medical bay, and Drac has changed. He's taller, more slender. His legs are a little bit different. He's covered in fur. And he has a long snout. And he's looking in the mirror. What the hell has happened? What is this?
Wake.
Alright.
Casually.
Hold on, pause.
It's time.
Hi, Mom. Not yet.
Well, that's a good enough pause so I can pet my kitty. Come here, kitty.
Alright, continue.
For one, we gotta have a quick cat moment. Hello, kitty.
Yep.
Okay.
And Freddy kind of rounds the corner and says, "Oh dear." And he says, "You're up." "Yes, I am up." "Now explain yourself, you little thing," as he grabs the Freddy Bot in his talons and starts squeezing. "What did this to me?"
Meanwhile, over at Alex, Darkbatter. Oh, I need to be right back. What do you mean? I need to be right back. Darkbatter says while running off around the corner. Meanwhile, back to this situation.
And he's growling as like saliva's dripping from his fangs.
And all of a sudden, behind Dracapio, he just hears, "Okay then, heal." He says, well, he feels some sort of...
He turns around, still holding the Freddy Bot, who's like trying to like squirm out of him, his claws, and he says, "What does he see?"
He sees a dark matter just sitting there with his arms behind his leg.
In the mirror.
"What are you? And why am I like this? Did you do this to me?" And he points to the mirror.
Oh, that's not any type of problem. I didn't do that. At least I don't think so. He says while tapping on his mask a little bit, like he's thinking. Nah, I didn't do it. It was to save your life, probably. I don't know why anyone else would blood transfuse, especially if they have werewolf blood in them.
"Did you just say?" He looks at himself in the mirror and he says, "Fuck me." And that's where we're gonna end.
Thank you.
Dark matter, the ultimate plot device.
All right, for those of you who are still here and enjoying this, thank you so much for joining us for Realms of Awakened Essence Season 7, Episode 2, Frostbite. It was a very cold and interesting adventure our heroes have been going on in this journey. They've learned a lot about what might happen if the Chrysalis find the time gem. Hopefully they'll be able to get to it first before our not so very friendly ice people get to it. But we'll have to find out. Join us next time on Realms of Awakened Essence. Thank you, everyone, and see you later.
Wolf track.
Would anyone like to say anything before we close out?
Yes, I would. Pizza, 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 pizza.
I'm gonna say, Nani, we're Wolf track confirmed.
I'm going to say to all the Jewish people, all the Jewish viewers, if we have any, Happy Hanukkah.
Yes, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, whatever holiday or celebration you participate in. We hope you are safe, well, and remember, be empowered to play. Thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time on Realms of Awakened Essence. And don't forget, Monday, don't forget that we have our new show, Glory of the Pearl, presented by Magna Rim Productions. And if you'd like to support us financially, you can support us through our Patreon here. If I can just spell it right, I always do that. Or you can join our Discord, and we will be more than happy to invite you into our lovely community. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial. 'Cause you want dollar bills right now, but you gotta work real hard. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I say, something knocked you out. You felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt. You wanna stay chill right now and don't let your eyes off the prize. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. And I said,